What's up, everybody? Time to do 4K now. So we've got the laptop on the floor, got all the stuff hooked up. It looks like an absolute octopus hodgepodge of cables every which way, but whatever, who cares? This is what I do to make sure you guys can see how this laptop can play games. So let's move right on into it. We're just gonna do 4K, 60 FPS. This is a TV, so it doesn't have 120 hertz or anything special like that. This is just one of those cheapo $500 4K Samsung TVs. My OLED TV is in the other room connected to my badass computer and all my next-gen consoles. Anyway though, let's move on with the Forza Horizon 5. Okay, starting out with low at 4K here. Cruise on through these settings. And alright. I'm probably going to be hearing this beginning theme song in my head for like days. Let's move on to benchmark. Alright. So our first run through on low. Check out all the settings here. We used 3.8 gigs of video memory, 12 gigs of RAM, and we achieved 93 FPS. 4 stutters. But yeah, let's move on, I guess, to gameplay. Alright. First screen recorded 4K gameplay here. We got everything on low. We're in a GTR Black Edition. I'm still impressed every time I do a benchmarking video for you guys at what this laptop's actually capable of. I'm absolutely convinced this could easily replace a lot of people's desktops. Obviously not high-end desktops by any means. Like it ain't gonna compete with a 3080 or a desktop 3070 or anything like that. But could still be used effortlessly as like a desktop replacement. It plays all games at like 60 FPS or above as long as you mess with the settings on like pretty much every resolution. It's just great. And this game looks absolutely gorgeous and runs really, really good on this laptop so far in every setting or every resolution I've tried. Now, since this is 4K, I'm imagining once we get up to like Ultra, it's probably going to be pretty bad FPS, but I'm willing to bet this thing is capable of 60 FPS gameplay all the way to through high settings. We'll see though. Well, so far this GTR is kicking ass and taking names. That's why I want one of these in real life. This is just an awesome car, and it's really similar to my Lincoln. It's just more sporty. But haven't made any finalized decisions yet. But alright, we're getting pretty close to the 2-minute mark, so let's move on to camera recorded gameplay now. Alrighty. Low 4K now. On 4K. There we go. And we won. And the Porsche Taycan. Oh, what are we gonna get? Hey, more money. I'm good with more money. I think it's definitely pretty fast.
Hey Justin.
Oh.
Sorry to bother future Hall of Famer, but can I have your input on this next adventure?
There we go.
One juggernaut coming right up. I'll tell you.
And perfect timing. Time to move on to the next setting. Okay, now we're gonna do medium preset on 4K. As always, we'll just cruise quickly through the settings. And alright. I'd say that's good enough. Let's do that benchmark. Benchmark just got done. And we have used 4 gigs of video memory now, 13 gigs of system memory. We've averaged 76 FPS with 3 stutters. And now, we can move on to actual gameplay. Okay, medium screen recorded gameplay now. 4K and all that goodness. We're going to be driving a 458 Italia. Out of my way, NSX. Alright, can we get past this saline concept and this, probably a Huracan Performante? It's a Huracan of some sort. Almost positive it's a Performante. Which I think is just Italian for performance, but I am not sure, because I am not that adversed on other languages. Well, that sucked. Alright, well, let's get going again here. At least I'm in first. I guess it sucked, but at least I didn't lose any positions. And I made the choice to try to go around him at a bad time. Go Ferrari, go. You can do it. Those guys didn't need electricity anyway. But alright, time to move on to camera gameplay. Alright. Since we pretty much got done with the other race right after I had paused and gone around that corner, figure we'll just drive around a little bit instead of trying to find another race. Hey, who knows, maybe we'll find some of those fast travel boards or something just driving around. Whoop. Oh, I didn't think I was going fast enough to get through that. There we go. Got out of that little pickle. Man, this thing has really close together gears. Hey, there's one of those boards now. Not fast travel, but it's still an XP board. Doing some drifting. Oh, too much e-brake. Alright, I'd say it's about time to move on to the next. Okay, high preset now. Take a gander at these settings. Okay, I think that's good enough. Now we can move on to that benchmark. Benchmark just got all done running here. 4.7 gigs of video memory, 13.5 gigs of RAM, 4 stutters, and 69 frames per second. Noise. Anyway though, let's move on with that gameplay. Okay, screen recorded high 4K gameplay now. Take this Apollo out. Man, this car looks wild. Not easy to get it moving when it's all rainy out, that's for sure. This thing handles insanely good though. Definitely one of the, I think it's probably the best handling car I have right now, for sure. See if we can't get around some of these guys. Yep, we sure can. Power slide a little bit. Alright, let's see if we can't catch up with the top 3 guys here. We could. If I hadn't crashed into him, we probably would have gone around him, actually. But, oh well. We still got plenty of time to get around him. Problem with this car is it doesn't have super high speed with all of that downforce. I think it tops out at like 210, 215, something like that. I mean, still outrageously fast, but compared to how fast some of these other guys can go, it sometimes limits me in cars like this. Like that Zonda, he's got a lot of downforce too. And it seems like we just barely creeped around him. Yeah, well, we kind of just fucked that guy over, but whatever. They do it to me all the time. Who cares? It's just a computer anyway. I'd feel way worse if it was an actual human I was racing against. Whenever I race against real people, I do not like hitting them. I'll lose a race to just not hit somebody, even though no one else seems to share that same mindset. Well, I can't say nobody, but on average, most people just crash. Anyway, though, time to move on to camera gameplay. Alright. Gonna be doing some 4K high now. And I'm using a drift car on a circuit track, because why not? Should be funny. And not only any drift car, it's like a 1968 Dodge Charger. And we've got Misty out in the hallway playing with some stuff from a box. So if you hear a bunch of random noises, that's just her playing. Could just shut the door, but then she couldn't come in and visit. And it's fun when Misty comes to visit. Come on. Oh, that sucked. Let's back up there. That's unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. No. Well, it is a drift car, after all, so I guess I should stop trying to go around corners at, like, really, really way too fast speeds. Like that, for example. It doesn't help that I've got a damn camera right in my line of sight, so I've got to, like, kind of stare through it, which is no fun. So even if I could do this perfectly, I don't know if I could win against this. But alright. let's move on to the next graphics setting. Alrighty, ultra settings now. Take a quick peek at all the settings and whatnot. And alrighty, now we can start that benchmark. Okay. Ultra benchmark just got done, and we dropped, or got up to 6.5 gigs of video memory now, and 15 gigs of system memory. We stuttered twice, and we only achieved 53 FPS though, so it seems like, at least with everything on Ultra, we cannot achieve 60, but I'm sure if you mess with some stuff, we can fix that. But let's move on to game. Okay. Starting some Ultra screen-recorded gameplay now. Take this C8 Stingray out. Well, at least for now in cockpit view anyway, we seem to be barely staying above 60. Yeah, that's why I'm pretty positive we could just mess with a couple of settings. If we wanted a couple of settings on Ultra, you could probably do it and still get 60 average. But we're out in the deserty areas. I bet if we were doing like a city race, that's when we'd probably be dropping down into the low 50s. But yeah, I'm still impressed it's this smooth while we're on Ultra. Go 6800M. It's a beast of a mobile GPU, it really is. Let's try to get around the RDR8 and that Murcielago. LP7 or 670, I think. Super Veloce. Come on, can we get around this Audi? Sure we can. We tapped him a teensy bit, but not too bad. I still can't believe this is just the regular C8. I hope that they add the C8 Z06 as an expansion. Or like a, not expansion, but as like a car pack or something. That'd be dope. But, alright. Alright. Ultra settings 4K now. Camera, damn it. That was terrible. Am I staying first? Did that corner pretty good that time. crashed into the wall a little bit. But alright, it's time to move on to Extreme. Alrighty. Doing Extreme preset now. Alrighty. I think we cruised through all these settings enough, so now we can move on to the benchmark. Alright, Extreme benchmark is all done. 8 gigs of video memory now, and 17 gigs of system memory. So this thing's a RAM hog too. But we also got 2 stutters, and we achieved a max of 42. So now let's move on to gameplay. Okay, doing some Extreme screen recorded gameplay here. Take a Camaro ZL1 1LE out. Man, I hate when they smash my front windshield out like that, like right off the rip. But whatever. But yeah, as you can see, now while we're racing, even out in the desert, we're still way under 60 FPS. Which might be fine for some. I don't really like going under 60. But that's just me. And this is still way higher FPS than the Series X can get with everything max. I'm pretty sure that that thing's quality mode is pretty much everything besides a couple of things turned up to the maximum. But you only get to do that at 30 FPS. That's the problem. Now it has a 60 FPS mode, but they crank some stuff down to achieve it. So, just like that, we could also do the same. We could probably crank a couple of settings back down to like ultra or high, and we could probably easily get back up to 60 average. But I'm just going through the presets. That's all these videos are, going through the presets, and then at the very end we max everything out. Although I'm not going to max out. When I do max out on this, I am not going to max anti-aliasing out, because that would be absolutely stupid. I'll probably leave that at 2x, or maybe bump it up to 4. Probably just leave it at 2, though. But we will crank all the rest of the settings that can go up. But we're getting pretty close to that 2-minute mark. So it's time to move on to the next. Alright, we're on Extreme settings now. It's not running that great anymore, but we just gotta get on through. So far, from what I've seen, just like always, I'd say high settings 4K are the way to go. We are still above 60 FPS there, and it still looked great. Ah, well, look at that, I already won. Didn't know I was that close to winning. Looks like we're just driving around for a little bit here. Let's just get through all this crap real quick. Yep, come on, let's go. Go. There we go. Alright, we'll just drive around a little bit. It's already like 8:30. I've been making videos about this thing literally all day almost. I played a little bit when I first woke up. But then immediately, I think right after about noon, I had a little lunch and got to work showing you guys how this thing plays. Man, this Ferrari sounds good. Can't wait till those new C8 Z06s are more readily available. Alright. So, let's go. Even though it's kind of stupid, it's already running like crap, let's just, since we did it on the rest of it, let's just go to the last one, max the thing out, and see how it does. Okay, and last but not least, we're gonna max everything out. I decided not to do 4x MSAA. We're just gonna leave that at 2x, but we cranked everything else up to the maximum. We'd probably get like 20 FPS if we maxed that, if we did 8x anti-aliasing in this at 4K. But alright, I think we looked at the settings enough. Let's move on to the benchmark. Alright, benchmark just got done. We lost 2 FPS. I think we got 42 last time. But we were using about the same video memory, about the same system memory, and lost 2 FPS by cranking everything up. But now let's do some gameplay. Okay. Last but not least, I figured let's do something in the dirt. We've done nothing but car races. Let's give some trucks some loving. That little Nissan thing is fast. I mean, the truck I'm in has like over 1,000 horsepower, but the dang thing weighs like probably 2 of that freaking little Nissan truck. So power to weight ratio, it's important. Let's see, go around this corner here. Alright, I don't think we can go through there, but we're gonna try it. Nope, we can't. Well, whatever. That's why the rewind function is there. We'll just slow down a little bit more. We'll go through the little breakaway fence, and then we can go. Damn it, the Nissan got in front of me again. Well, that's no fun. Oh well. Time to move on to camera gameplay anyway. Alright, right in the middle of the race here. Come on, GTR, you can do it. This thing's good at handling, but it sure is a heavy car. But it still is an awesome, fun car, though. Ah, smashed in the wall a little bit there. Well, heck yeah. I think that's a win. That is a win. Go GTR. Alright, for like 20 seconds or so, let's just drive around the city here. Well, alright. Let's wrap this video on up. Well, alright. That just about does it for this video. I think it did great up until we got past the high settings. Once you hit Ultra, that was not that enjoyable, at least for me personally. But if you're good playing like that, it can play. What you see is how it can play. So we just got one more video to make, but I think I'll wait until tomorrow to make that one, as it's already 9. And I'd still like to play a little of the game just playing by myself, without making a video in the other room on my good computer. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and until the next one, peace out, guys.